Hi everyone, my name is Walid and I am a civil engineer. In today's video I am going to show how we can create a 2D river area, 2D river zone and then the boundaries. So I have already opened my InfoWorks and I am just going to import the drawing that I have. So I will copy this model into my model and then just click OK, copy the ground model and just close this one, double click, and to see I have this ground model and I want to create a new network 2D river. And then yes, I will just drag and drop into this one to have this in the full screen, and now also import the 2D ground model into this one as well. So just go to the select tool and right click and zoom to the ground model. So this is the ground model I have, and this is the upstream. The water will be flowing from this way to this way, and this one is the downstream area. So here this one is upstream and then this one is the downstream. So for this model I have first defined the 2D zone. So the 2D zone will be like all of these points on the across this ground model. So and then we will see how we can do the 2D boundary. So I will show you how we can define the 2D zone. So for the 2D zone you can see this area. You go drag and drop to the polygon. So we need a polygon and select this one, new object, and start digitizing nearest point. So this way we can design our 2D zone. So you don't need to go outside the ground model. You have to be very careful and keep within the 2D within the ground model that we have imported. This will help us to create the 2D zone. So this is a big site, so I will just to show you, I will just quickly close this one. Just so this is how we create the 2D zone for our river section. I was just skipping some of the parts because my main purpose is to show how we can just create. And for example, if you are doing this and click outside the place, so you use backspace, you will do backspace, so you will go back to your original point and then just doing it quickly to close this one. And this is it, and in order to close this one we will just double click and it will close our polygon. I am going to name it as a 2D zone and click OK. So now you can see this has created a 2D zone for this area, and this zone will be used as a mesh, and we have this properties panel right on the left. I'm going to change this maximum triangle area to something 2300, just above the area of the polygon, as this will be used in our mesh, and just change it to 0.05 roughness, Manning's N roughness. And this is a mesh data. You can see this is shows as a red because we haven't created the mesh yet. As I have this one polygon we have drew, and you can see these are the walls. So if the boundary type is known as vertical wall. So vertical wall means any water that goes to this boundary, it will act as a infinitive high wall. So this means, I will just quickly write it here. So this is infinitive wall. So it means that the water can't go outside. It will act as like this is the infinity wall and water strikes this one. So this infinity wall high. So this will be the infinity high wall, just to make sure, just to tell you. So this will be the boundary will act as an infinity high wall, that what we are analyzing, whatever it is in this one and this one, the boundary type will be used as a wall. But for we have to give the inflow, as I mentioned earlier, this is the upstream and this is the downstream, so water will be coming from this area. So to define that, this is the 2D zone, and define the 2D boundary of the inflow is to create a line. From that line, create new object, and we have to press Control so that we can snap it. You will see a little dotted marks, and from here to this one again you can see this is snap mode. I pressing Control and right click, double click, and this is our 2D boundary, and this type is known as 2D boundary. So we will click here as it has highlighted now, and this one is the vertical wall. I'm going to change this to the inflow. Inflow. So this is the inflow now. The boundary line type is the inflow boundary. If I will just zoom out. So now this will be the inflow, and this is our boundary of 2D zone. So this is actually the river boundary. It should be properly. I just did it quickly. So just to show you guys how we can create a mesh. So for first we need the 2D zone. Second we need the inflow 2D boundary, and then we can create the mesh. So in order to create the mesh, we will just select our mesh, our 2D zone. If I have this select tool, and then I have click on this one to create our 2D zone. As you can see, the 2D zone, and from the model I will just quickly go to the mesh, and this one you can see model, mesh, and then 2D mesh zones. So now I have this one is the mesh 2D zone. So for the ground model, we already have the ground model. If I will go to the database, I will just drag and drop my ground model to this one. And if you want to add some for example walls or break lines or any voids that you can import, or you can use that one, but I'm not going to use this one. Just import the 2D ground model. So click OK. Now it is asked me to you want on this PC. Yes, as I am using my local PC to run the job. Now you can see the mesh has been ready. If I will click on this mesh here, it comes up with the log. It has the results, and it doesn't have any errors. If these points were outside this ground model, then it comes up with the errors. So I will just show log. So this generates us a report that you can see what will be the triangulation, the boundary type, like we haven't used any porous walls, so what are the functions we will be using, total meshing, wall edges or elements or triangles. So this is just an initial report, and it has checked that this is green, so it means we are ready to create a mesh. So now I will just everything is fine, looks fine, so I will just click on the load mesh. What this will do is it has created the mesh into my PC. I will just quickly close this one, and if you will zoom into the model, you can see this mesh has been created. To have a nice view, I will just remove the ground model from my window. I will go to the network and clear ground model. You can see this one here. So now you can see that my mesh has been generated, and if I will just double click on this one, you can see I have two options. Number one is 2D zone, and second one is the element that we just double click. So I will select element, click OK. Here you can see this comes with the coordinates and the triangulation that we have, and the small area that is generated, and the ground level. So this is how we can create our mesh into the InfoWorks. In the next video I will share the more detailed creation of the meshes, how we can use the hybrid approach, how we can design better mesh for the flood analysis. So this is how we can quickly create. So 2D zone, first we have to define. After that 2D boundary for the inflow, and then the third one is the mesh generation. So these are the basically 3 points that you have to keep in mind in order to create a 2D river model. So thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. Peace out.